So, dear colleagues, dear friends, I hope everyone enjoyed our delicious Uzbek cuisine. And let me continue our meeting. Thanks again for your collaboration. This moment I wish to continue in the same spirit of this afternoon. Please. Morning. Oh, afternoon. What? Morning. Afternoon. Right. So, agenda number 77. Asian big cats. Please, Chair, Committee of Two.
Item 77.1, Implementation of Resolution Conference 12.15, Ref COP 11. Document COP 20.77.1 was noted. Amendments to paragraph 2A of Resolution Conference 12.5, Ref COP 19, on conservation of and trade in tigers and other Appendix I Asian big cat species, with amendments as reflected in COP20, COM2, Record 8, were accepted by consensus. The retention of Decision 18.105 and the deletion of Decisions 18.100, 18.101, 18.103, Ref COP 19, 18.106, 18.107, Ref COP 19, and 19.109 were agreed. Item 77.2, Asian big cats in captivity. The report and the recommendations by the Standing Committee contained in Annex 1 to document COP 20.77.2 were noted. The draft decisions on tigers in captivity contained in Annex 2 to document COP 20.77.2 with amendments as reflected in COP 20, COM2, Record 8 were accepted by consensus. The retention of Decision 14.69 and the deletion of Decisions 18.102, Ref COP 19, 18.108, Ref COP 19, and 18.109, Ref COP 19 were agreed. This concludes Agenda 77. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? So, I see none. The recommendation of Committee 2 on Agenda Item 77 adopted. 78. Great apes. Please, Chair.
Item 78.1, Report of the Standing Committee. Document COP 20.78.1 was noted. 78.2, Conservation of and trade in live great apes. The draft decisions on conservation of and trade in great apes in document COP 20, COM27, submitted by the drafting group with amendments as reflected in COP 20, COM2, Record 14, were accepted by consensus. This concludes Agenda 78. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Are there any requests? So, I see no requests. The recommendation of the Committee 2 on Agenda Items 78 are adopted. Next one, 80, African lions. 79, sorry. 79, pangolins. Chair, please.
Item 79.1, Report on the Implementation of Resolution Conference 17.10, Ref COP 19. The proposed amendments to Resolution Conference 17.10, Ref COP 19, on conservation of and trade in pangolins, as contained in Annex 1 to document COP 20.79.1, with amendments as reflected in COP 20, COM2, Record 9, were accepted by consensus. The draft decisions on pangolins in document COP 20, COM28, submitted by the in-session working group, and with additional amendments as reflected in CoP20, COM2, Record 14, were accepted by consensus. Item 79.2, Report on Decisions 18.238, 18.239, and 19.200 to 19.204. The draft decisions on conversion parameters for pangolins contained in the Secretariat's comments to document CoP20, Doc 79.2, with amendments as reflected in CoP20, COM2, Record 9, were accepted by consensus. The deletion of decisions 18.238, 18.239, 19.200, 19.203, and 19.204 was agreed. That concludes item 79. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? I see no. So the recommendation of committee on agenda item 79 are adopted. Next one. 80, African lions, please.
Thank you, Chair. The revised decisions contained in Annex 2 to document CoP20 Doc 80 as amended by the Secretariat with additional amendments proposed by the European Union and its member states and conservation force to decisions 19206 Ref CoP20 and 19208 as recorded in the summary record CoP20 COM1 Rec 1 Ref 1 were accepted by consensus. The deletion of decision 19210 was agreed also by consensus. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? No? So the recommendation of Committee 1 on agenda items 80 are adopted. 81, Jaguars. Committee number 2, please.
Item 81, Jaguars. The outcome of the second Jaguars Range State meeting was welcomed, and the adoption of the Lima Declaration by the Ministers of Environment of Latin America and the Caribbean was noted. The draft resolution on conservation of and trade in jaguars contained in Annex 1 to Addendum CoP20 Doc 81 Addendum with amendments as reflected in CoP20 COM2 Record 8 were accepted by consensus. The draft decisions on jaguars contained in Annex 2 to Addendum CoP20 Document 81 Addendum with amendments as reflected in CoP20 COM2 Record 8 were accepted by consensus. The deletion of decisions 19.110 to 19.114 was agreed. This concludes Agenda 81. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Are there any requests? See none. The recommendation of Committee 2 on Agenda 81 are adopted. 82, guidance on non-determined findings for trade in leopard hunting trophies. Please.
Thank you, Chair. The draft decisions contained in the Annex to document CoP20 Doc 82 were accepted with amendments proposed by the European Union and its member state as recorded in Summary Record CoP20 COM1 Rec 1 Ref 1. The deletion of decisions 18166 and 18168 Ref CoP19 was agreed, all by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. I see no requests. So, the recommendation of Committee 1 on agenda items 82 are adopted. Songbird trade and conservation management, 83. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. The draft decisions in document CoP20 COM1-2 as amended by Japan and reflected in summary record CoP20, COM1, REC1 were accepted by consensus. The deletion of decisions 18256 Ref CoP19 to 18259 Ref CoP19 was also agreed by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. The recommendation of Committee 1 on agenda items 83 are adopted. Next one. Rhinoceros. Please, Chair.
Item 84, Rhinoceros. The retention of decision 18.116 was accepted by consensus. Draft decisions on Rhinoceros in Annex 1 to document CoP20, Doc 84, and with amendments as reflected in CoP20, COM2, Record 13, were accepted by consensus. The deletion of decisions 19.115 to 19.122 was agreed. I conclude this agenda 84. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. So the recommendation of Committee 2 on agenda items 84 are adopted. 85, Saiga antelope. Please, Chair.
Item 85.1, report of the Secretariat, and 85.2, document by Kazakhstan and the Russian Federation. Draft decisions 19.213, Ref CoP20 to 19.217, Ref CoP20 on Saiga antelopes, and three additional decisions contained in documents CoP20, Doc 85.1, CoP20, document 85.2, and CoP20, COM29, submitted by the drafting group, with amendments as reflected in summary records, CoP20, COM2 Record 8, and Record 14, were accepted by consensus. This concludes the agenda, item 85. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? I see none. So, recommendation of Committee 2 on agenda items 85 are adopted. Agenda number 86, aquatic species listed in the CITES Appendix. Committee Chair, number 1.
Thank you, Chair. The report and recommendations by the Standing Committee were noted. The deletion of decisions 189 to 19191 was agreed by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Are there any requests for the floor? So the recommendation of Committee 1 on agenda items 86 are adopted. So next one, eels, Anguilla, suppose. Chair, please.
Thank you. The draft resolution and draft decisions on eels contained in document CoP20 Doc 87 were accepted with amendments by China, the European Union and its member states, Japan and the United States as reflected in summary record CoP20 COM1 Rec 6 Ref 1. The deletion of decisions 19218 to 19221 was also agreed, all by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? I see none. So, the recommendation of Committee number 1 on agenda item 87 are adopted. Next one is 88, sharks and rays. Please, Chair, Committee number 1.
Thank you, Chair. On 88.1 report of the Standing Committee, the committee accepted the following by consensus. The proposed amendments to Annex 3 in Resolution Conf 18.7 Ref CoP 19 on legal acquisition findings contained in Annex 1 to document CoP20 Doc 88.1, except for the section on question 3 with the amendment to footnote 6 by the CMS Secretariat. The draft decisions contained in Annex 2 to document CoP20 Doc 88.1 as amended by Australia, Japan and United States of America, also on behalf of Canada and Mexico, as reflected in Summary Record CoP20 Com1 Rec 8. The draft decisions as contained in Annex 3 to document CoP20 Doc 88.1 as amended by China and reflected in Summary Record CoP20 Com1 Rec 8. The draft decisions in Annex 4 to document CoP20 Doc 88.1 as amended by New Zealand and reflected in Summary Record CoP20 Com1 Rec 8. And finally, the deletion of decisions 19222 to 19227. On 88.2, the draft decisions on trade, conservation and management of deepwater elasmobranchs, the draft decisions as amended by the Secretariat in document CoP20 Doc 88.2 were rejected after a vote with 47 votes in favor, 26 against and 51 abstentions. The draft decisions in Annex 1 to document CoP20 Doc 88.2 were accepted with 73 votes in favor, 14 against, and 40 abstentions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? So, recommendation of Committee 1 on agenda items 88 are adopted. 89, seahorses. Please, Chair.
Item 89, seahorses. The revised decisions 19.229 Ref CoP 20 and 19.230 Ref CoP 20 and draft decisions on seahorses as contained in the annex to document CoP 20 Doc 89 with the Secretariat's edits to 20cc and 20dd and with amendments reflected in CoP 20 Com 2 Record 13 were accepted by consensus. The deletion of decisions 19.228, 19.231, and 19.232 was agreed. This concludes Agenda 89. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Are there any requests for the floor? Thank you. So, the recommendation of Committee 2 on agenda items 89 are adopted. 90, conservation of and trade in sea cucumbers. Please, Chair. Chair, Committee number 1.
Thank you, Chair. The draft decisions on conservation of and trade in sea cucumbers in document CoP20 Doc 90 as amended by the Secretariat and further amended by Australia, Fiji, Papua New Guinea, Saudi Arabia, and United States of America as reflected in Summary Record CoP20 Com1 Rec 8 were accepted by consensus. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? I see none. So the recommendation of Committee number 1 on agenda items 90 adopted. 91, Queen Conch. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. The renewal of decisions 19233 to 19236 was agreed by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? So the recommendation of Committee 1 on agenda items 91 are adopted. 92, marine ornamental fishes. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Draft decisions 20DD and 20EE in the annex to document CoP20 Doc 92, the latter as amended by Israel and reflected in summary record CoP20 COM1 Rec 5 Ref 1 was accepted by consensus. The deletion of decisions 19237 to 19238 was also agreed by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? I see none. So the recommendation of committee number 1 on agenda items 92 are adopted. 93. Agarwood producing taxa. Chair, please.
Thank you. The draft amendments to Resolution Conf 16.10 in the annex to document CoP20 Doc 93 were accepted by consensus. The deletion of decision 19239 and 19240 was also agreed by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Any requests? Floor is open. So, the recommendation of Committee 1 on agenda items 93 are adopted. 94, Boswellia trees. Please, Chair.
Thank you. The committee accepted the draft decisions on Boswellia trees, Boswellia spp, contained in COM 1.3 by consensus and agreed to delete decisions 19241 and 19242 also by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. So the recommendation of Committee 1 on agenda items 94 are adopted. Next agenda, 95, rosewood tree species. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. The draft decisions contained in the annex to document CoP20 Doc 95 were accepted. The deletion of decisions 19243, 19244, and 19245 was agreed, all by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. So the recommendation of Committee 1 on agenda items 95 are adopted. Next item, 96. Products containing specimens of Appendix II orchids. Please.
Item 96, products containing specimens of Appendix II orchids. The conclusions and way forward proposed by the Chair of the Standing Committee contained in document CoP20 Doc 96 were noted. The draft decisions in Annex 1 to document CoP20 Doc 96 with the Secretariat's amendments were accepted by consensus. The deletion of decisions 19.182 and 19.183 was agreed. This concludes Agenda 96. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? No requests. So, the recommendation of Committee 2 on agenda items 96 are adopted. Next one, 97. Brazilwood, please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. The committee agreed to the draft decisions on Brazilwood, Pauberzilia echinata, contained in document CoP20 COM1.4, as amended by Australia, Canada, European Union, and the United States of America, as reflected in CoP20 COM1 Rec 14. The committee also noted the final report of Pauberzilia echinata bows, fine-tuning traceability solutions, contained in Annex 2 to document CoP20 Doc 97, and the committee also agreed on the deletion of decisions 19249 to 19253, all by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? I see none. So the recommendation of Committee 1 on agenda items 97 are adopted. 98, African tree species. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. The updated list of African tree species and associated CITES processes contained in the annex to document CoP20 Doc 98 was noted. The deletion of decisions 19254, 19255, and 19256 was agreed by consensus. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? I see none. So the recommendation of Committee 1 on agenda items 98 are adopted. 99, neotropical tree species. Please, Chair.
Thank you. The findings and conclusions relating to neotropical tree species contained in the annex to the document CoP20 Doc 99 were noted. The deletion of decisions 19257 to 19260 was agreed by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? So the recommendation of Committee number 1 on agenda items 99 are adopted. 100. Trade in medicinal and aromatic plant species. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. The draft decisions in the annex to document CoP20 Doc 100 were accepted by consensus with amendments by the Secretariat and the United States of America as reflected in summary records CoP20 Com1 Rec 2 Ref 1. The deletion of decisions 19261 to 19264 was agreed by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? So the recommendation of Committee 1 on agenda items 100 are adopted. 101. Resolving the implementation of the CoP12 decision that the Convention applies to fungi. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. The committee agreed by consensus to the draft decisions contained in CoP20 Com1 with amendments as reflected in CoP20 Com1 Rec 8.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? I see none. So the recommendation of Committee number 1 on agenda items 101 are adopted. 102. Considering the look-alike criterion Annex 2BA of Resolution Conference 9.24 on criteria for amendment of Appendix 1 and 2. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Proposed draft decisions suggested by the Chair as amended by the European Union and its member states was rejected after a vote with 59 votes in favor, 63 against, and 6 abstentions. The draft decisions contained in document CoP20 Doc 102 as amended by the Secretariat and by the United Kingdom and Colombia as reflected in summary record CoP20 Com1 Rec 3 Ref 1 were rejected after a vote with 79 votes in favor, 40 against and 10 abstentions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. United Kingdom, please.
Thank
Floor
you,
is
Chair.
yours.
We heard wide-ranging support for our proposal from parties and other organisations, but equally we heard views from many parties who do not want it to go ahead. The vote was very close, but we respect that vote and the decision of the committee after lengthy discussion. We therefore don't want to reopen this agenda item for further debate at this stage, but just wanted to note that for those parties who understood our aims, we can reassure them that we have in many ways achieved what we set out to do. And this is the start of the conversation. As we have seen from the proposals submitted for consideration at this COP, look-alike listings remain vital for ensuring sustainable international trade, but the absence of guidance may complicate both the development and assessment of listing proposals. We shall look to continue work on bringing clarity to this issue and collaborating with others to produce case studies with the aim of bringing something to the next COP that all parties can get behind, whether currently supportive, ambivalent, or skeptical. Thank you.
Thank you. Noted. Eswatini.
Thank you, Chair. I was going to propose that this be reopened. However, I do hear what the UK says as the proponents of this, and we did have a very long debate on this issue. Even went overnight. We do recognize that there are issues with lookalike criteria for listing in both Appendix 1 and 2. And we do support the amendments that were made by the EU during that debate. So I'm afraid I'm a little bit stumped if the proponent doesn't want to reopen it, but that was going to be my suggestion. And I do think that a study really is necessary to clear up some of these issues, because you get listings where just because of lookalike, some species otherwise don't qualify for listing, and there are other instances where it is actually justifiable to list something in terms of a lookalike. So may I leave that to the UK to decide if they would like to change their mind as the proponents, but I'm willing to support reopening. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Noted. Solomon Islands.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Thank you for allowing me the floor. We believe that there is a merit in reopening working documents 102, considering the lookalike criterion Annex 2BA of Resolution Conference 9.24, Ref CoP17 on criteria for amendment of Appendices 1 and 2. For discussion at the plenary for a multitude, we believe a study on the use of lookalike criterion has a great merit, had wide support from parties. The vote was only one short of achieving the required two-thirds majority, and many parties in support were unable to vote due to not having credential. In addition, there was a confusion regarding the content of each vote, with some parties expressing that they were not sure on what they were voting on. Whilst in some cases there is a merit to use of a lookalike criterion, inappropriate usage, particularly of high taxon listing, can create significant challenge to the implementation of convention by parties. This effectively means that many species classified as least concern have unnecessary restriction placed on the trade to no clear conservation benefits. Therefore, we urge the plenary to reconsider this matter and, if necessary, vote on the proposed decision as amended by United Kingdom. Thank you, Chair.
To be clear, is there a motion to be open? Eswatini.
Yes, I would like to forward a motion to reopen. Thank you.
Anybody support? United Kingdom.
Thank you, Chair. As I said, we are looking to progress this work anyway, so that we're happy to respect the decision of the committee, and would be very happy to work with Eswatini and Solomon Islands on developing this further out with the need for any decisions at this stage. Thank you.
Thank you. Congo DRC.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Je crois que les débats ont été clairs pendant le comité 1 et c'était à une partie près pour avoir les résultats qu'il fallait. Et pour nous, nous souhaitons qu'il y ait réouverture des débats pour que l'on puisse trancher, parce que ces études sont très importantes pour nous, parce que nous subissons la conséquence de cela dans nos pays. Merci.
Thank you. Congo?
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Effectivement, le Congo aimerait effectivement, sinon aurait souhaité qu'on réouvre le débat sur cette question liée au document 102, car nous estimons qu'il est essentiel que les parties réexaminent ce critère à la lumière des expériences, des expériences scientifiques actualisées, car les impacts directs sur l'application cohérente des dispositions de la CITES auraient permis, sinon il serait important de réouvrir ce débat, car il impacte directement, ce critère impacte directement sur l'application cohérente de la CITES, des mesures de la CITES, j'allais dire. Voilà, le Congo souhaiterait effectivement qu'on rouvre ce débat-là.
Panama, please.
Gracias, señor presidente. Panamá considera que el país proponente ha indicado que desea no abrir nuevamente el debate y no sabemos por qué o no entendemos por qué tenemos que abrir el debate en este momento. Queremos clarificación de la Secretaría. Gracias.
Thank you. So, I give the floor to Secretariat.
Thank you, Chair. We understand that, that there is a motion to reopen this agenda item, first put forward somehow by Eswatini, but definitely put forward by Solomon Islands. Even if the proponent hasn't put forward or seconded that motion to reopen, I think we need to go ahead with the debate on reopening. That's how we understood the two parties, Solomon Islands and Eswatini's interventions. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretariat. Are the representatives of two parties who wish to speak against the motion? European Union, floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. I speak on behalf of the European Union and its member states. This has been the subject of extensive debate in the committee, including voting both on the original proposal with amendments, as well as on a compromise proposal by the Chair, which were both rejected. So we feel that we have gone through decision-making and voting on all possible options in a lengthy and thorough discussion. We therefore do not see the argument that we should again have this debate in plenary and oppose this, also in the interest of time. Thank you, Chair.
Any other speakers? Israel, please.
Thank you, Chair. We would support the European Union in requesting not to reopen the debate, as both proponent of this document and the EU have pointed out. This was extensively discussed, and a lot of options were brought into the discussion. And UK has proposed that over the next period of time to work with those parties to try and find a much better proposal. We do not see that opening it here in plenary will be able to reach some sort of final decision that will satisfy everybody. So we would definitely recommend not reopening it here and to allow the UK and other interested parties to do it more properly over the next period of time. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Israel. So the motion will now be put to a vote without further interventions. A yes vote means the debate on agenda items 102 will be reopened and further substantive discussion will take place. A yes vote means the debate on agenda items 102 will be reopened and a further substantive discussion will take place. A no vote means this issue will not be reopened for debate and the committee's recommendation will stand and be adopted by the conference without further consideration. No vote means issue will not be reopened for debate and the committee's recommendation will stand and be adopted by the conference without further consideration. The motion to open the debate shall be accepted if supported by 1/3 of representatives present and voting. Is the process clear? I will now start the voting procedure. This is a vote for reopening. Agenda items 102. The voting type is by normal vote. The vote of European Union will be cast by individual member states. Since this is a motion to reopen the debate in plenary, the decision will be adopted by 1/3 of the representatives present and voting. Parties, check if everyone is.
Okay, they're ready.
Not?
Go ahead.
No? Okay. Okay.
Please let them take their seats. Take their seats.
Please take their seat, please. Okay. Parties, you have 40 seconds to cast your vote. The ballot is open now.
Wait, okay.
40 seconds are up. The ballot is now closed. Technicians, please show the result on the main screen. Please show the individual votes of the parties on the screen now. So, dear delegates, the motion to reopen the debate on agenda items 102 is rejected. The committee's recommendation adopted. I close this agenda item. The next agenda is 103, annotations. Please, Chair.
Item 103, annotations. The proposed amendment to Resolution Conference 10.13, Ref CoP 18, on implementation of the Convention for Tree Species, contained in Annex 1 to document CoP20.103, were agreed by consensus. The proposed amendment to the interpretation section of the appendices as contained in Annex 2 and the draft decision on annotations contained in Annex 3 were accepted by consensus. The deletion of decision 16.162, Ref CoP 19, was agreed. I conclude this agenda item 103. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? So the recommendation of committee number 2 on agenda items 103 are adopted. 104. Annotation number 15. Please, Chair.
Item 104, annotation number 15. The committee requested the Secretariat to publish the revised report on the impact of CITES exemptions for Dalbergia and Jabotia contained in Annex 3 to document CoP20.104. The draft decisions on traceability systems for CITES listed 3 species contained in Annex 1 to document CoP20.104 with amendments as reflected in CoP20, COM2, Record 10 were accepted by consensus. The deletion of decisions 18.321, Ref CoP19, and 18.322, Ref CoP19 was agreed. This concludes the item 104. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? I see none. So the recommendation of committee number 2 on agenda items 104 are adopted. 105. Implications of the transfer of a species from one appendix to another. Please, Chair.
Item 105.1, report of the Secretariat at the request of the Standing Committee. The committee agreed by consensus to encourage parties to consult the revised draft guidance and best practices related to periods of transition and possible transitory measures provided in Annex 2 to document CoP20.105.1. The draft decision on guidance related to periods of transition contained in Annex 1 to document CoP20.105.1 was accepted by consensus. The deletion of decision 18.151, Ref CoP19, was agreed. Item 105.2, facilitating legal trade and sustainable use during periods of transition. The amendments to Resolution Conference 12.3, Ref CoP19, on permits and certificates included in Annex 1 to document CoP20.105.2 were not accepted. The amendments to Resolution Conference 13.6, Ref CoP18, on implementation of Article 7, Paragraph 2, concerning pre-convention specimens included in Annex 1 to document CoP20.105.2 with amendments as reflected in CoP20, COM2, Record 11 were accepted by consensus. This agenda 105 is concluded. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? So, the recommendation of Committee 2 on agenda items 105 are adopted. 106, information system for trade in specimens of CITES listed 3 species. Please, Chair.
Item 106, information system for trade in specimens of CITES listed 3 species. The deletion of decisions 18.317, Ref CoP19, and 19.265 was agreed by consensus. This concludes item 106. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Are there any requests for the floor? I see none. So the recommendation of committee number 2 on agenda item 106 are adopted. 107, informal review mechanism for existing and proposed annotations. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Draft decisions 20AA and 20CC in the annex to document CoP20 Doc 107 were accepted by consensus. The deletion of decisions 19266 and 19267 was also agreed by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Are there any requests? No. So, recommendation of committee number 1 on agenda item 107 are adopted. (108) Orchid specimens exempted through annotation. Number 4. Please, Chair.
Item 108, orchid specimens exempted through annotation number 4G. New draft decision on orchid specimens exempted through annotation number 4G as found in document CoP20, COM2, record 13, was accepted by consensus. The deletion of decisions 19.268 to 19.271 was agreed. This concludes Agenda 108. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. So the recommendation of committee number 2 on agenda items 108 are adopted. 109, annotation of Cape Aloe. Chair, please.
Item 109, annotation of Cape Aloe. The deletion of decisions 18.323 Ref Corp 19 to 18.326 Ref Corp 19 was agreed. This concludes the agenda 109. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? I see no requests. So the recommendation of committee number 2 on agenda number 109 are adopted. 110, standard nomenclature. Please, Chair, committee number 1.
Thank you, Chair. The committee rejected draft decisions 20AA5 and 20CC5 contained in Annex 1 to document CoP20 Doc 110 and accepted all other draft decisions in Annex 1 to document CoP20 Doc 110, including with amendments to 20AA7 and 20AA8, paragraph B, proposed by the United States as reflected in the summary record CoP20, COM1, Rec 12. The committee further agreed the proposed revisions to the annex to resolution Conf 1211 Ref CoP 19 on standard nomenclature concerning flora as presented in Annex 1 to document CoP20 Doc 110 Addendum 2 as amended by the United States to retain Bolnesia sarmientoi rather than the proposed Gonopterodendron sarmientoi. The committee agreed the proposed revision to the annex to resolution Conf 1211 Ref CoP 19 on standard nomenclature concerning fauna as presented in Annex 2 to document CoP20 Doc 110 Addendum 2. The committee agreed to delete paragraph 11 of resolution Conf 1211 Ref CoP 19 on standard nomenclature. And finally, the committee agreed to delete the following decisions: 19279 and 19280, 18304 Ref CoP 19 to 18306 Ref CoP 19, 18307 Ref CoP 19 to 18308, also Ref CoP 19, 18281 and 19282, 19283, 19284, 19285, and 19286. 19287 and 19288, 19289, 19276, 19278. I hope you could follow. All these decisions were agreed by consensus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? No requests. So the recommendation of committee number 1 on agenda items 110 are adopted. 111, nomenclature of Appendix III listings. Please, Chair.
Thank you. The committee accepted by consensus the proposed amendments to Resolution Conf 925 Ref COP 18 as contained in Annex 1 to document CoP20 Doc 111 with additional amendments as reflected in Summary Record CoP20 Com1 Rec 12. The committee accepted by consensus the proposed amendments to Resolution Conf 1211 Ref COP 19 as contained in Annex 2 to document CoP20 Doc 111 with additional amendments as reflected in Summary Record CoP20 Com1 Rec 12. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. The recommendation of committee number 1 on agenda items number 111 are adopted. 112, higher taxon listing in the appendices. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. The amendments to paragraph 2F of Resolution Conf 1211 Ref COP 19 on standard nomenclature contained in paragraph 14A of document CoP20 Doc 112 were accepted, and the deletion of decisions 19272 and 19273 was agreed by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. So the recommendation of committee number 1 on agenda items 112 are adopted. 113, taxonomy and nomenclature of African elephants. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. The committee agreed to propose for adoption the compromise option to reflect the recognition of the 2 species in the appendices as reflected in Summary Record CoP20 Com1 Rec 11 Ref 1. The draft decisions on data collection and analysis for 2 species of African elephants contained in Annex 1 to document CoP20 Doc 113 and the amendments to Resolution Conf 1010 Ref COP 19 on trade in elephant specimens contained in Annex 2 to document CoP20 Doc 113 were accepted. The deletion of decisions 19275 to 19277 was agreed, all by consensus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair. The floor is open. Any requests? No requests. So the recommendation of committee number 1 on agenda items number 113 are adopted. So, dear delegates, let's move to CoP20 proposals. Proposal number 1, Bounty Book. Chair of Committee 1, please have a floor.
Thank
Floor
you,
is yours.
Chair. CoP20 Proposal 1 to delete the Maliscus pygargus from Appendix 2 was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. Proposal number 1 is adopted. Proposal number 2, Dorcas gazelle. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. CoP20 Prop 2, Proposal 2 to include Gazella dorcas in Appendix 2 was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? I see no. So, proposal number 2 is adopted. Thank you. So, proposal number 3, Saiga.
Thank you, Chair. CoP20 Proposal 3, Ref 1, as amended by Kazakhstan and reflected in the summary record CoP20 Com1 Rec 9, was adopted after vote with 111 votes in favor, 7 against, and 14 abstentions. The bracketed text in the annotation that refers to 40 tons if COP21 is in 4 years should be deleted, as the 3-year intersessional period has been maintained. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. No requests? So, proposal number 3 adopted. Thank you. Proposal number 4, giraffe. Dear Chair.
Thank you. Proposal COP20 Prop 4 to exclude the populations of Angola, Botswana, Eswatini, Malawi, Mozambique, Namibia, South Africa, and Zimbabwe from the Appendix 2 listing of Giraffa camelopardalis was rejected after secret ballot with 49 votes in favor, 48 against, and 38 abstentions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. Proposal number 4 is adopted. Reject? Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry, I'm tired. It's my first time. So, proposal number 4 is rejected. So, next one, proposal number 5, Okapi. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal COP20, Proposal 5 to include Okapia johnstoni in Appendix 1 was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. Proposal number 5 is adopted. Next one, proposal number 6, striped hyena. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal COP20 Prop 6 to include hyena in Appendix 1 was rejected after secret ballot with 70 votes in favor, 47 against, and 13 abstentions. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Tajikistan, floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. Tajikistan requests that plenary open debate on Proposal 6 concerning the uplisting of striped hyena to Appendix 1. In accordance with Rule 21 of the Rules of Procedure, we wish to indicate that if debate is reopened, we intend to introduce an amendment to list the striped hyena, hyena, in Appendix 2. Thank you.
The plenary has before its recommendation from the committee number 1 on proposal 6. Tajikistan has presented a motion to open the debate on this item in the plenary. According to the rule number 21, this motion must be seconded by another party. Please. Uzbekistan.
Thank you, Chair. The Republic of Uzbekistan supports Tajikistan's motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Uzbekistan. Sénégal.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Le Sénégal est favorable à l'ouverture des débats pour protéger cette espèce qui est d'une importance écologique très importante. Merci.
Thank you. Are there representatives of two parties who wish to speak against the motion? Russian Federation, floor is yours.
Спасибо, господин председатель. Российская Федерация поддерживает открытие данного пункта. Спасибо.
Any requests? No? Thank you. Uzbekistan and Tajikistan, do you wish to speak? The motion? Tajikistan, floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, delegates. And it seems that there is a consensus in the room to uplist the striped hyena from Appendix 3 to Appendix 2. Our initial attempt to uplist it to Appendix 1 was not met with all the parties' consensus, but I appreciate all the delegates.
Interrupted. Tajikistan.
So I thank all the delegates.
Please, Tajikistan. The motion will now be put to a vote without further interventions. A yes vote means the debate on agenda on the proposal of 6 will be reopened and a further substantive discussion will take place. A yes vote means the debate on proposal 6 will be reopened and further substantive discussion will take place. A no vote means the issue will not be reopened for the debate and the committee's recommendation will stand and be adopted by the conference without further consideration. A yes vote means the debate on proposal 6 will be reopened and a further substantive discussion will take place. A no vote means the issue will not be reopened for debate and the committee's recommendation will stand and be adopted by the conference without further consideration. Brazil, please, floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Point of order. Just to be clear, according to the rules of procedure, we didn't have anyone opposing the motion of Tajikistan. So in that case, the rule is not quite clear on the sense that we need to have a vote. Just to be very clear, so I ask clarification from the Secretariat, what's the procedure to adopt in that case? Thank you very much.
Mexico, please. Thank you, Brazil.
Gracias, señor presidente. Exactamente la misma moción que Brasil ponemos en la mesa. Si no hubo quien se oponga a reabrir el debate, no vemos la necesidad de votar y deberíamos de proceder directamente a abrir el debate. Gracias. En el entendido de que ahora se analizará el debate sobre la propuesta enmendada para incluir a la hiena en el apéndice 2. Gracias.
Thank you. Secretariat, could you explain?
Thank you very much, and thank you to Brazil for pointing out that the rules of procedure are not entirely clear on this point, and the practice has been varied in this committee, in this plenary. At points we have had no debate and no vote on reopening. At others, there has been a consensus to reopen and no vote. If there is a consensus to reopen in this room, there is, as you say, no particular need to have a vote on reopening, but it wasn't clear that there was a consensus to reopen. But if that's the case, the Secretariat concurs with the views of Brazil and Mexico that if there is a consensus, no need to vote on the reopening. But it does say in the rules shall immediately be put to a vote, so that's what we proceeded to do. So now, if that's the case, we are adamant, we are okay with not proceeding with the vote if that's the will of the room. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretariat, for explaining. Is there any part of objects of reopening? Consensus to be open. I will give the floor to Tajikistan, please.
Dear Chair and dear Secretary, can you make it clear whether the Tajikistan's motion to amend the striped hyena to Appendix II was accepted or not?
Secretariat, please.
Thank you, Chair. Tajikistan, there is a consensus to reopen the debate. So now is the time for you to present the amendment proposal and the arguments so that the plenary can consider your amendment proposals and the argument. It's not yet been considered. That's where we're heading at now. Thank you. I hope this is clear.
Thank you, Secretariat. Tajikistan, floor is yours.
Yes. Thank you very much. Dear Chair, esteemed delegates, our amendment now, Tajikistan now requests the amendment to uplist the striped hyena from Appendix III to Appendix II without any annotations. The Appendix II will provide sufficient legal base and procedures to initiate the range states on data collection, but also on putting legal procedures of trade. I request all the delegates to consider this motion and support our amendment.
Thank you, Tajikistan. Floor is open for comments. Sénégal.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Le Sénégal, par ma voix en tant que conservateur passionné, joint sa voix au Tadjikistan pour protéger cette espèce. Vous savez, il y a 2 jours de cela, j'ai parlé des vautours. Les hyènes, de manière générale, jouent un rôle important par ce qu'on appelle la curée atmosphérique. Qu'est-ce qui se passe dans les villages? Des animaux qui meurent parce qu'ils sont malades, soit infestés ou de batterie, c'est les hyènes qui passent le soir et qui ramassent ces carcasses-là. Et ce rôle écologique fait que ça protège l'homme parce que l'hyène, il a un cycle gastrique qui est une base acide qui, au contact de tout virus comme toute bactérie, il élimine. Donc, elle a un rôle important, on saurait le laisser libre. Au Sénégal, cette espèce est en voie de disparition presque. Son habitat qui était septentrional au nord, maintenant a glissé vers le sud-est. Et il est difficile de l'observer dans la nature. C'est grâce aux caméras attrape qu'on a vu voir que l'espèce existe. Donc le Sénégal s'inscrit favorablement pour que cette espèce soit protégée. Merci.
Thank you. Uzbekistan, floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. The Republic of Uzbekistan expresses its strong support for the proposal to uplist the striped hyena. Thank you.
Thank you, Uzbekistan. Eswatini.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, Eswatini voted against the uplisting to Appendix 1 because we did not believe that the species met the criteria, and nor was there enough data in terms of the illegal trade taking place. Eswatini is pleased, however, that Tajikistan has decided to reopen the debate with the amendment for uplisting to Appendix 2. We believe that this will give range states the opportunity of gathering further data on the species and the trade in its parts. We also trust that all range states will also use the coming period to increase local conservation efforts, awareness, and to also strengthen law enforcement efforts around this and other species. So, under the current amendment, Eswatini is very happy to support this amended proposal, and we call on other countries to do the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Eswatini. South Africa.
Thank you, Chair. South Africa will support the amended proposal for an Appendix 2 listing. This will allow better monitoring of trade and increase awareness, and this may lead to improved law enforcement of the current national legislation to combat the illegal trade. So we are in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Russian Federation.
Спасибо, господин председатель. Принимая во внимание значительное сокращение популяции гиены и множество угроз для ее существования, Российская Федерация поддерживает предложение Таджикистана о включении гиены во второе предложение. Спасибо.
Thank you, Russia. Morocco.
Thank you, Chair. Morocco, as a range state for the striped hyena, has supported Tajikistan's initial proposal to transfer the species to Appendix 1. As a country whose national legislation is closely aligned with the appendix of CITES, we have been committed to ensuring the highest level of protection of the species. Given that this proposal is reopened with amendment, Morocco supports the amended proposal to transfer the striped hyena to Appendix 2. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Brazil.
Thank you very much. Brazil had already supported the previous Tajikistan proposal to include the species in Appendix 1. Thus, of course, we support this new and amendment proposal. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nepal.
Thank you, Chair. Nepal is pleased to express its support for the proposal submitted by Tajikistan to uplist the striped hyena. The species also occurs within the limited ranges of Nepal's tropical and subtropical ecological regions and is classified as endangered on our national red list and also protected by National Parks and Wildlife Conservation Act. making its conservation a growing concern with high priority and appropriate interventions. As a range state, Nepal agrees with Tajikistan's assessment that the striped hyena is affected by conservation threats and illegal trade, and it meets the biological criteria under criteria C so far for uplisting. The current Appendix III listing has not provided adequate safeguards and stronger international regulation, so is urgently needed to address the threats across the species range. Nepal therefore fully supports the proposed uplisting and respectfully urges all parties to support this important proposal. Thank you.
Thank you. Ethiopia.
Thank you, Chair. Ethiopia is a range state to striped hyena. The current population status has showed a significant decline over its historic range. Illegal killing for trade for various medicinal purposes is a common practice, and it is one of the major reasons that have driven a huge population decline to the extent of local extinction from its recorded natural range. Therefore, Ethiopia strongly supports the transfer of the striped hyena from Appendix III to Appendix II as submitted by Tajikistan. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Algeria.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Algeria supports the proposal introduced by Tajikistan and invites the other delegation to do as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I close speakers list for the parties. The last one is Pakistan.
Thank you, Chair. Pakistan as a range state supports this proposal for the uplisting of striped hyena to Appendix II. Thank you.
Congo, thank you.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Déjà, la législation congolaise protège l'hyène et donc, convaincu des arguments avancés par le Sénégal, le Congo joint sa voix aux prédécesseurs pour appuyer cette proposition.
Thank you. Kyrgyzstan.
Кыргызская республика тоже поддерживает предложение Таджикистана по переводу из приложения 3 в приложение 2 полосатой гиены.
All the countries support from this list: Uganda, Tanzania, Iran, Benin, Sudan, Central African Republic, Chad, Bahrain. If you don't support, you move your name. If you do support, please. Technician, please clear the list. Against anybody to wish to speak? Against? No. There is consensus to include Guyana to Apex 2 with no annotations. Proposal 6, as amended, of Tajikistan is adopted. Proposal number 7, Guadeloupe fur seal. Please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal, the committee accepted by consensus proposal CoP20 Prop 7 to transfer Arctocephalus townsendi from Appendix 1 to Appendix 2. Thank you.
Floor is open. Any requests? Proposal number 7 is adopted. Proposal number 8, Caribbean monk seal. Chair, please.
Thank you. The committee accepted by consensus proposal CoP20 Prop 8 to delete Monachus tropicalis from Appendix 1. Thank you, Chair.
Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. Proposal number 8 is adopted. Proposal number 9, Thousand white Rhinoceros. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20 Prop 9 on an amendment to annotation A9 of the population of Ceratotherium simum of Namibia, as amended by Namibia to include an annual quota of 200 kilograms, was rejected after vote by secret ballot with 31 votes in favor, 70 against, and 18 abstentions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? So, proposal number 9 is rejected. Proposal number 10, Southwestern black Rhinoceros. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20 Prop 10 to transfer the population of Diceros bicornis of Namibia from Appendix 1 to Appendix 2 with an annotation was rejected after vote via secret ballot with 28 votes in favor, 80 against, and 9 abstentions. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. Proposal number 10 is rejected. Proposal number 11, Linus two-toed sloth and Hoffman's two-toed sloth. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20 Prop 11 to include Coloepus didactylus and Coloepus hoffmanni in Appendix 2 was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Floor is open. Any requests? No requests. So proposal number 11 is adopted. Next one, proposal 12, golden-bellied mangabe. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20 Prop 12 to transfer Corcebus chrysogaster from Appendix 2 to Appendix 1 was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. Proposed number 12 is adopted. Proposals number 13, African elephant. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20 Prop 13 to delete all annotations for the Namibian population of Loxodonta africana was rejected after a vote by secret ballot with 22 votes in favor, 82 against, and 14 abstentions. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open.
It's twice. I think it's just
Proposal number 13 proposed by Namibia. And we adopted.
No?
Rejected or adopted?
But you have to give it the right. He needs to have it written down.
It's 13 because. So, proposal number 13, African elephants by Namibia is rejected. Proposal number 14, also African elephant, proposed by Botswana, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Namibia, and Zimbabwe. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. The amendments to Annotation A10 to the Appendix II listing of the African elephant populations of Botswana, Namibia, South Africa, and Zimbabwe as proposed in CoP20 Prop 14 and amended by the Africa Group to retain paragraph F from the original Annotation A10 were accepted by consensus. Paragraph F in the annotation will read as follows. F, trade in individually marked and certified equipas incorporated in finished jewelry for non-commercial purposes for Namibia and ivory carvings for non-commercial purposes for Zimbabwe. Editorial amendments by the United States of America were also agreed by consensus. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Senegal, please, floor is yours.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Nous n'avons pas l'intention d'ouvrir ici le débat, mais au moins de vous faire une déclaration que nous souhaiterions à ce que ça figure dans le compte rendu. En effet, nous prenons la parole au nom du Sénégal et du Niger pour exprimer nos préoccupations pour ce qui concerne le processus qui a mené à l'adoption de cette proposition modifiée, bien sûr amendée. En effet, nous avions trouvé un consensus après 6 heures de réunion lundi dernier, c'est-à-dire le groupe Afrique, et avons fait un compromis dont les contreparties n'ont pas été respectées. Nous avions demandé une déclaration claire des pays dont les populations inscrites à l'annexe 2, permettant de clarifier une fois pour toutes que les destinataires appropriés acceptables doivent être interprétés conformément à la résolution CONF 11.20 REV COP18. Nous avions convenu de remplacer spécimen par partie et produits dérivés à la dernière phrase de la notation, dans le but de garantir que les éléphants vivants inscrits à l'annexe 2 soient uniquement soumis aux conditions du paragraphe B de la notation qui n'autorise leur exportation que vers des destinations appropriées et acceptables. Là encore, le consensus a été ignoré pendant la lecture. De plus, les explications techniques fournies par le secrétariat étaient juridiquement, à notre avis, confuses. La dernière phrase de la notation n'a jamais été pensée pour inclure les éléphants vivants, dont le commerce était déjà réglementé clairement au paragraphe B. Par ailleurs, contrairement à ce qu'a laissé entendre le secrétariat dans ce cas précis, les règles de l'annexe 1 ne procurent pas une meilleure protection pour les éléphants vivants. Monsieur le Président, pour nos pays, les éléphants sont un patrimoine, bien sûr, africain, et on embrème et il est évident qu'ils doivent rester dans leur habitat naturel et historique. En Afrique, nous sommes engagés pour la protection des éléphants et notre engagement ne va pas s'arrêter ici. Si nous ne demandons pas, je me répète, la réouverture des débats, que nous ne souhaitons pas encore, nous allons attentivement suivre le développement jusqu'au prochain COP. Je vous remercie.
Thank you. Noted. Thank you. Proposal number 14, as agreed in Committee 1, is adopted. Proposal number 15, African hornbills. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 15 to include Biconistes SPP and Ceratogymna SPP was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. Proposal number 15 is adopted. Proposal number 16, white-backed vulture and Rappel's vulture. Chair, please.
Thank you. Proposal CoP20, Prop 16 to include Gyps africanus and Gyps rupelli was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. Proposal number 16 are adopted. Next one, 17. Peregrine falcon. Chair, please.
Thank you. Proposal CoP20, Prop 17 to transfer Falco peregrinus from Appendix 1 to Appendix 2 with an amendment to include an annotation for a zero export quota for wild specimens traded for commercial purposes was rejected after secret ballot with 61 votes in favor, 74 against and 7 abstentions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? No requests. So proposal number 17 is rejected. Proposal 18, great-billed seed finches. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 18 to include Sporophila maximiliani in Appendix 1 and to include Sporophila angolensis, Sporophila atriirostris, Sporophila crassirostris, Sporophila funerea and Sporophila nutingi in Appendix 2 was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. Proposal number 18 is adopted. 19, Hispaniolian giant jelly wasp. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 19 to include Caribicus vareni in Appendix 1 was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Floor is open. Thank you, Chair. No requests. So proposal number 19 is adopted. Proposal number 20, Mount Elliot leaf-tailed gecko. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 20 to include Philurus amnicola in Appendix 2 was accepted by consensus.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. No requests. Thank you. Proposal number 20 is adopted. 21, ringed tail gecko. Please, Chair.
Thank you. Proposal CoP20, Prop 21 to include Philurus caudiannulatus in Appendix 2 was accepted by consensus.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. No requests. So proposal number 21 is adopted. 22, Galapagos marine iguana. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 2022 to include Ambryrhynchus cristatus in Appendix 1 was accepted by consensus.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. No requests. Proposal number 22 is adopted. 23, Galapagos land iguans. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 23 to include Conolophus SPP in Appendix 1 was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Request? Thank you. Proposal is number 23 is adopted. Next one. Bale Mountains Adder and Ethiopian Mountains Adder. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 24 to include Pittis parviocula and Pittis herenna in Appendix 1 was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. I see no requests. Proposal number 24 is adopted. 25, rattlesnakes. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 25 to include Crotalus lepidus and Crotalus ravus in Appendix 2 and to include the genera Crotalus and Seahorse in Appendix 2 was rejected after a vote with 45 in favor, 66 against and 27 abstentions. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. Proposal number 25 is rejected. 26, Holmes Hind tortoise. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 26 to transfer Cynixis homeana from Appendix 2 to an Appendix 1 was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? No request. So proposal number 26 is adopted. Next one. Pelophylax epiroticus, Pelophycus lesane, Pelophylax rebundans, and Pelophylax skyperis. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 27 to include Pelophylax epeiroticus, Pelophylax lesona, Pelophylax ridibundus, and Pelophylax scypericus in Appendix 2, with an entry into effect of the inclusion in Appendix 2 would be delayed by 18 months, was accepted after a vote with 92 in favor, 21 against, and 26 abstentions. Thank you.
Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. Proposal number 27 is adopted. Next one, 28, oceanic white-tip shark. Chair, please.
Thank you. Proposal CoP20, Prop 28 to transfer Cachorhinus longimanus from Appendix 2 to Appendix 1 was accepted after a secret ballot with 100 votes in favor, 22 against, and 6 abstentions. Thank you.
Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. Proposal number 28 is adopted. '29, school shark and smooth hounds. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 29 to include Galeorinus, Galeos and Mustellus SPP in Appendix 2 with an amendment to delay implementation by 18 months was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Floor is open. Argentina, floor is yours.
Gracias, presidente. Con relación a la propuesta 29, nuestro país no desea reabrir la discusión en esta instancia, dado el consenso existente entre el resto de las partes con relación a su aprobación, sin perjuicio de lo cual deseamos dejar constancia en actas de que nuestro país no apoya esta propuesta. Al respecto, valoramos el esfuerzo de los proponentes en compilar antecedentes biológicos y pesqueros de las especies consideradas para la presentación de la propuesta. Sin embargo, consideramos que la información técnica presentada no demuestra de manera contundente el cumplimiento de los criterios biológicos y comerciales para la inclusión de las especies concernidas en el anexo 2 de la Convención. En relación con Mustellus smithi, deseamos destacar que los desembarques de esta especie se realizan exclusivamente en Argentina y Uruguay en volúmenes relativamente bajos y destinados mayoritariamente al mercado interno. En este contexto, ambos países llevan adelante evaluaciones de stocks conjuntas en el marco de la Comisión Técnica Mixta del Frente Marítimo, utilizando modelos y series de datos estandarizados que integran más de 40 años de información científica. Estas evaluaciones rigurosas, reproducibles y plenamente alineadas con los estándares internacionales han permitido establecer anualmente las capturas totales permisibles durante los últimos 15 años. La reducción y posterior estabilización de los desembarques registrados en las últimas décadas son resultado directo de las medidas de manejo implementadas por ambos países en su zona común de pesca, reforzadas por los planes de acción nacional y regional para la conservación de condrictios. En este sentido, deseamos mencionar que la Comisión Técnica Mixta ha sido recientemente distinguida por la FAO en la categoría Sistemas Acuáticos Alimentarios Sostenibles. Los resultados de la evaluación regional también indican, además, que con los niveles actuales de desembarque es factible una recuperación lenta pero sostenida del recurso en un plazo alcanzando niveles de sostenibilidad. Una situación semejante se verifica en la evaluación presentada para el cazón Galeorhinus galeus. La propuesta postula una disminución del 99% de la población en el Atlántico Sudoccidental, proyectada a 3 generaciones futuras a partir de índices nominales, sin contemplar cambios y diferencias en el esfuerzo y la direccionalidad de las pesquerías, ni restricciones al desembarque y medidas de manejo ya implementadas. Por todo lo expuesto, coincidimos con lo señalado con la Secretaría CITES y el 8º panel de expertos de FAO en que la información presentada no demuestra de manera concluyente el cumplimiento de los criterios biológicos y comerciales establecidos en la resolución 9.24. Para concluir, reiteramos nuestro agradecimiento por la oportunidad de poder expresar nuestra postura y reafirmamos la firme voluntad de la República Argentina de contribuir de manera constructiva a los trabajos de esta conferencia. Gracias, presidente.
Thank you, Argentina. Noted. So, proposal number 29 is adopted. Proposal number 30, Manta and Devil Race. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 30 to transfer the family Mobulida SPP from Appendix 2 to Appendix 1 was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? So, proposal number 30 is adopted. Proposal number 31, whale shark. Please, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 31 to transfer Rhincodon typus from Appendix 2 to Appendix 1 was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. No requests. Proposal number 31 is adopted. Proposal number 32, giant water fishes. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 32 to maintain Glaucostegus SPP in Appendix 2 with the inclusion of the annotation of a 0 annual export quota for wild-taken specimens traded for commercial purposes was accepted after a secret ballot with 105 votes in favor, 23 against, and 7 abstentions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. I see no requests. Proposal number 32 is adopted. The next one, 33, wedge fish. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 33 to maintain the family Rhinidae in Appendix 2 with the inclusion of the annotation a 0 annual export quota for wild-taken specimens traded for commercial purposes was accepted after a secret ballot with 118 votes in favor, 20 against, and 2 abstentions. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Any requests? Thank you. Proposal number 33 is adopted. 34, gulper sharks. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 34 to include all species in the family Centrophoridae in Appendix 2 with an amendment to the proposal to include delayed entry into force of 18 months was accepted after a secret ballot with 113 votes in favor, 19 against, and 6 abstentions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. No requests. Proposal number 34 is adopted. 35, ungulate eels. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 35 to include all non-listed anguilla species in Appendix 2 was rejected after a secret ballot with 35 parties voting in favor, 100 against, and 8 abstentions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. No requests. Proposal number 35 is rejected. 36, sea cucumbers. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20, Prop 36 to include 6 Actinopiga species in Appendix 2, amended by the proponent to include an 18-month delay in implementation, was rejected after secret ballot with 50 votes in favor, 76 against, and 9 abstentions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Monaco, please.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Prenant en compte les débats, prenant en compte les préoccupations des parties qui ont exprimé leur inquiétude sur les délais, les évaluations de population et l'impact sur les communautés locales, j'attire l'attention sur l'adoption du document 90 qui a été donc adopté par le comité 1, qui prévoit la tenue d'un atelier qui devrait répondre à ces préoccupations. En conséquence, prenant en compte tous ces éléments, Monaco, qui a soutenu cette proposition, souhaiterait réouvrir donc le débat sur cette proposition en précisant un délai de mise en œuvre de 24 mois, permettant ainsi de prendre en compte les résultats et les conclusions que l'atelier sur les concombres de mer pourrait apporter. Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you. Sénégal.
Oui, merci, Monsieur le Président. Le Sénégal prend la parole pour appuyer le commentaire de Monaco. Les espèces à inscription en X2 ne sont pas synonymes de restriction. Au contraire, il s'agit là de légalité, de transparence et de traçabilité. Le Sénégal soutient la réouverture du débat pour ne pas laisser l'espèce en chute libre. Merci.
Thank you. Indonesia?
Indonesia opposed to reopen the debate because the genus Actinopiga, from the 6 species, none of them are included in the threatened species by IUCN, except the one species Echinethes. And all of the species are included in the high abundance to moderate in the natural populations. So Indonesia opposed to reopen the debate. Thanks.
Is there another party who wish to speak against the motion? Papua New Guinea.
Thank you, Chair. Papua New Guinea opposes the reopening of Proposal 36. The proposal was already debated and rejected, and no new scientific information has been presented. We urge parties to respect the Committee 1 decision and reject the listing of actinoma species. Thank you, Chair.
Monaco and Senegal, Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. Do you want to motion? You want to speak the motion? Sénégal, please.
Oui, le Sénégal maintient sa position parce que j'ai entendu une partie dire que l'espèce est en abondance, mais l'inscription en annexe 2 n'est pas synonyme de restriction, parce que ça nous permet de faire des plans d'aménagement et de s'inscrire dans une gestion durable. C'est justement là qu'il faut organiser et prendre les dispositions pour ne pas attendre que l'espèce soit en danger pour venir maintenant tenter de la sauver. Je crois que c'est le moment d'inscrire l'espèce et de développer des gestions durables et d'avoir des données suffisamment au fil du temps. Merci.
I give the floor to Secretariat.
Thank you, Chair. Just to avoid any misunderstandings, because we still have parties requesting for the floor, but we heard 2 parties speaking in favor of the motion, 2 parties speaking against the motion. So now it's time to put the motion to open this proposal for a vote. Unless there are points of orders, okay?
Japan, please.
Thank you, Chair. And this is a point of order from Japan. And Japan would like to ask secret ballot for the vote whether we will reopen or not in accordance with Rule of 27.2 on the Rule of Procedures. Thank you very much.
The plenary has received a request from a representative for the vote on this matter to be conducted by secret ballot. Under Rule 27.2, any representative may request a secret ballot. Please note that if the request is supported by 10 representatives, the vote shall be by secret ballot. Who supports? the secret ballot. So the follow parties support it's Palau, China, Central African Republic, Solomon Islands, Kuwait, Papua New Guinea, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Ireland, Iceland, Saint Lucia, El Salvador, Botswana, Togo, Benin, Grenada, Congo, DRC, Russian Federation, Nepal. It's more than 10. Technician, please clear the screen. Thank you. The motion will be put to a vote without further interventions. A yes vote means the debate on Proposal 36 will be reopened and further substantive discussion will take place. A yes vote means the debate on Proposal 36 will be reopened and a further substantive discussion will take place. A no vote means its issue will not be reopened for debate and the committee's recommendation will stand and be adopted by the conference without further consideration. A yes vote means the debate on Proposal 36 will be reopened and further substantive discussion will take place. The motion to open the debate shall be accepted if supported by 1/3 of representatives present and voting. The vote will be conducted by secret ballot. After the vote, I will announce the number of affirmative votes, the number of negative votes, the number of abstentions, as well as the majority required to adopt this decision. Is the process clear? Thank you. I will now start the voting procedure. This is a vote for reopening proposal number 36. The voting type is secret ballot. The vote of the European Union will be cast by individual member states. Since this is a motion to reopen the debate in plenary, the decision will be adopted by 1/3 of the representatives present and voting. Technicians, are you ready? Parties, you have 40 seconds to cast your vote. The ballot is open now. So 40 seconds are up. The ballot is now closed. Technical, please show the results on the main screen. I know.
Okay.
The motion will be adopted by 1/3. One-third majority. And we will now open our debate. Please. Technicians, clean the screen, please. United States, floor is yours, please.
Thank you, Chair. As the motion was voted by secret ballot, the United States, for the sake of transparency, would like to indicate that we voted to reopen debate. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. United Kingdom?
For the interests of transparency, we voted not to reopen the debate. Thank you.
Thank you. Noted. Germany, please.
In the interest of transparency, Germany voted yes.
Thank you. Noted. Netherlands?
In the interest of transparency, the Kingdom of the Netherlands voted yes.
Thank you. Croatia?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Croatia voted yes.
Thank you. France?
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Par souci de transparence, je vous informe que la France a voté oui.
Thank you. Spain?
Gracias, presidente. En interés de la transparencia, España ha votado que sí.
Thank you. Portugal?
Thank you, Chair. To be transferred, Portugal vote yes.
Thank you. Austria?
Thank you, Chair. For the matter of transparency, we voted yes.
Thank you. Belgium?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Belgium voted in favor of reopening.
Thank you. Noted. Finland?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Finland voted yes.
Thank you. Greece?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Greece has also voted yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Bulgaria?
Thank you, Chairman. In the interest of transparency, Bulgaria voted yes.
Thank you. Denmark?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Denmark voted yes.
Thank you. Luxembourg?
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Dans l'intérêt de la transparence, le Luxembourg a aussi voté oui.
Thank you. Poland?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Poland also voted yes.
Thank you. Argentina?
En términos de transparencia, Argentina votó que sí.
Thank you. Slovenia?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Slovenia voted yes.
Thank you. Ireland?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Ireland voted yes.
Thank you. Lithuania?
Thank you, Chair. Of the interest of transparency, Lithuania voted yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Switzerland?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Switzerland voted yes.
Thank you. Malta?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Malta voted yes too.
Thank you. Slovakia?
Thank you, Chair. In the sake of transparency, Slovakia voted yes.
Thank you. Italy?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, also Italy voted yes.
Thank you. Cyprus?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Cyprus voted yes.
Thank you. Sweden?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Sweden voted yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Czechia?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Czechia voted yes.
Thank you. Latvia?
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Latvia voted yes.
Thank you. We take note. So, I will now give the floor to Monaco to present its proposal. Monaco, floor is yours.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Ainsi qu'expliqué, comme nous avons pris en compte en effet les remarques qui ont été émises dans le comité 1, prenant en compte aussi l'adoption du document 90 qui prévoit la tenue d'un atelier sur les concombres de mer qui pourront amener des réponses et des solutions aux préoccupations des parties qui ont soulevé en effet des questions sur les délais de mise en œuvre, sur les évaluations des populations et l'impact sur les communautés locales. La proposition est proposée maintenant avec un délai de mise en œuvre de 24 mois afin de faciliter justement la prise en compte par toutes les parties. Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you. Floor is open. European Union, please.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Je parle au nom de l'Union européenne et de ses 27 États membres. Nous remercions Monaco et le Sénégal pour avoir souhaité rouvrir le débat sur cette proposition et soutenons la proposition réalisée par Monaco d'un amendement plus long pour le délai de mise en œuvre. De nombreuses inquiétudes ont été exprimées lors de la première présentation de la proposition en comité 1. Le renvoi de la mise en œuvre après le workshop décidé avec le document 90 des États-Unis permettra de bénéficier des partages et avancées issus de ce travail collectif afin de mieux appréhender les défis de la gestion durable des concombres de mer. Nous souhaiterions également répondre aux nombreuses voix qui ont affirmé que notre proposition ne présentait pas les données nécessaires. Effectivement, notre proposition n'a pas pu s'appuyer autant que nous l'aurions souhaité sur les données rapportées à l'espèce issues des pêcheries, parce que les pêcheries rapportent les données de ces espèces jugées mineures au groupe supérieur et pas à l'espèce. Pourtant, la FAO elle-même, dans les 2 éditions 2012 et 2023 de son guide d'identification des concombres de mer commercialisés internationalement, a bien identifié ces 6 espèces comme faisant l'objet d'un commerce international significatif, identifié de forts volumes en vente sur les marchés chinois notamment, avec des prix allant de $50 à $145 le kilo selon les espèces. Parmi les autres données disponibles, il y a les données écologiques. L'habitat n'est pas en régression. Aucune épidémie n'a affecté ces espèces et aucune pullulation du peu de prédateurs connus n'a été observée. De toutes les menaces potentielles, une seule reste identifiée sans ambiguïté, la surpêche, pour alimenter un commerce international vers l'Asie. Et cette surpêche est notamment réalisée par des bateaux industriels aux dépens de petites pêcheries locales, aux dépens des populations locales qui dépendent financièrement de cette ressource. Inscrire ces espèces à l'annexe 2, c'est garantir un moyen de subsistance durable à ces populations locales à travers des plans de gestion et de prélèvement qui leur assureront la part qui leur revient. Cette proposition, qui s'intéresse à des espèces que l'on peut qualifier de populaires par leur faible valeur, vise autant à la conservation de ces espèces qu'à assurer une ressource durable et équitable pour les populations locales qui en vivent et à obtenir les données à l'espèce. Dès la première inscription des concombres de mer, l'Union européenne a soutenu et soutient financièrement la gestion durable des concombres de mer. Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you. United States of America.
Thank you, Chair. The United States, as a range state for Actinopyga, supported the original proposal and debate. We thank parties for allowing this debate to reopen and support a reconsideration of this important group of species in international trade, which are vulnerable to overexploitation due to their life history, trade value, and ease of collection, Importantly, and as noted in Document 90 put forth by the United States and accepted in Committee 1 and adopted by the COP, sea cucumber trafficking is increasingly linked to organized international crime networks in a low-risk, high-return crime, with extreme challenges given the high volume of illicit trade intercepted at the border of our nation and many others. We therefore ask that everyone at this COP consider the implications of the challenges to control this illegal trade and instead support the appropriate management of the fisheries so that this resource can be sustainably used and harvested for generations to come by those who most need to use this resource, including range states. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Senegal.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Le Sénégal prend la parole à l'instar des États-Unis, Monaco et l'Union européenne pour expliquer sa position. Nous sommes animés, et comme je l'ai dit dans d'autres propos, que nous sommes des passionnés de la conservation. Ce n'est pas parce que des choses se passent à des milliers de kilomètres de vous et que vous vous dites que vous n'êtes pas concernés. Un jour, vous allez vous réveiller avec des impacts négatifs sous vos pieds. Nous militons pour une planète qui garderait toutes les initiales de la biodiversité. Donc, par conséquent, quand j'ai écouté le représentant de l'Union européenne, il y a eu une approche par le génome pour dire que peut-être l'espèce n'est pas menacée. Mais si nous faisons une analyse par l'espèce, il est bien dit que l'espèce est menacée. Donc, nous demandons aux partis de soutenir l'inscription de l'espèce à l'annexe 2, qui n'est pas une restriction, c'est plutôt de la transparence, la légalité et la durabilité. Donc, inscrivons cette espèce pour une gestion, une pêcherie saine et durable. Merci.
Thank you. Japan.
Thank you, Chair. Japan, as one of the range states of the species, does not support this proposal for the following reasons. First, Japan considers that the proposal is not based on scientific evidence and information. Both FAO and the CITES Secretariat have concluded that the proposal does not meet the CITES listing criteria. Japan believes that this proposal is not supported by the robust scientific evidence. Second, it is more important for range state of the sea cucumber species to manage their sea cucumber fisheries sustainably in their own sustainable manner. Imposing international trade restrictions through CITES listing could negatively affect a number of small-scale fisheries, as also noted by the FAO Expert Advisory Panel. Third, in Japan, sea cucumbers are properly managed from catch to distribution. Sea cucumber fisheries are regulated under the Fisheries Act, and a traceability system is established under the relevant fisheries legislation. Thus, Japan believes that restriction under CITES is not needed. For these reasons, Japan does not support the proposal, and proposed delayed implementation does not solve these problems. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Japan. Indonesia.
In line with the Japan, Indonesia opposed this proposal. As the recommendation from the Secretariat as well as the FAO, this species not eligible included in the Appendix 2. 6 species that it proposed, none of them are in the IUCN threatened assessment, only 1 species, Echinates. Therefore, we oppose to include species in the Appendix 2. Thank you.
Thank you. China.
Thank you, Chair. The matter has already been thoroughly discussed within Committee 1 and was rejected by a clear margin. China maintained our position and agrees Secretary's assessment that there is no sufficient evidence to support the listing of this species. The amendment of our original proposal to delay implementation cannot justify the fundamental problem of this proposal. This reopening of debate appears to be merely an attempt to chance and likely acceptance. China maintains opposition of this proposal. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Zambia.
Thank you, Chair. Zambia would like to align with the other parties opposing this proposal.
Saudi Arabia.
Thank you, Chair. We believe the proposal doesn't provide sufficient scientific evidence to justify the listing. The available population data are very limited, with no reliable long-term trends, and the status of these species differs widely across their range, indicating that challenges are primarily linked to national management rather than international trade. Additionally, the proposed inclusion of localized species lacks clear scientific justification. Therefore, we consider that strengthening national management measures is the more appropriate approach, and we are unable to support the proposal in its current form. Thank you.
Thank you. So I now close the speakers list for the parties. You will be the last speaker. Papua New Guinea.
Thank you, Chair. Papua New Guinea still maintains that we oppose the proposal in its entirety. The species value not valued and does not pose any threat to its survival. There is no depletion of stock, and this is based on annual stock assessment surveys done by Papua New Guinea. Therefore, PNG still rejects the proposal to delay and what's already been voted for. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Canada.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you to Monaco for the amended proposal. However, Canada continues to oppose the inclusion of these 6 sea cucumber species in Appendix II, as the evidence suggests that it does not meet the criteria. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Philippines.
Thank you, Chair. The Philippines do not support this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you. United Arab Emirates.
Thank you, Chair. The UAE aligns itself with the position of Saudi Arabia and opposes this proposal.
Thank you. I now open the floor for the observer organizations. Instituto Balea Hubarte, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, distinguished delegates, sea cucumbers are an often overlooked but immensely important group of animals. They play an important role in nutrient cycling in the ocean by reducing organic loads and redistributing surface sediment. They predominantly feed on detritus and organic matter and excrete inorganic nitrogen and phosphorus, essential nutrients for the sea. One sea cucumber can filter up to 99 pounds of sediment in a year, helping keep the nutrient cycling throughout the system. Research shows that the presence of sea cucumbers leads to more productive seagrass beds, coral reefs, and rich in dissolved calcium for all the organisms. Sea cucumbers contribute to the overall resilience of marine ecosystems by acting as natural ocean cleaners. It is abundantly clear that they are overfishing. They are overfished. Overfishing is happening through a wide part of the species ranges, and international trade is very clearly to blame. In short, Mr. Chairman, sea cucumbers play a vital role in marine ecosystems and maintaining the resilience of marine life. Conserving and restoring sea cucumber populations in the ocean is crucial for protecting these vital species and the world's remaining coral reefs and seagrasses. CITES has an important role to play in this. I appeal to all parties to reconsider and support this proposal. Thank you.
So, thank you. The plenary has discussed the proposal to amend Appendix II under proposal number 36. it appears that consensus cannot be reached. In accordance with Rule 25, paragraph 2, I propose that the decisions on the proposal to amend the appendix be put to a vote. Indonesia.
Indonesia asks for secret ballot.
So the plenary has received a request from a representative for the vote on this matter to be conducted by secret ballot. Under Rule 27.2, any representative may request a secret ballot. Please note that if the request is supported by 10 representatives, the vote shall be by secret ballot. So stop. Thank you. So, okay. China, Central African Republic, Japan, Papua New Guinea, Salvador, Congo DRC, Grenada, Kuwait, Vietnam, Saint Lucia, Sri Lanka, Solomon Islands, Togo. It's mean more than 10. The vote will be now conducted by secret ballot. After the vote, I will announce the number of affirmative votes, the number of negative votes, the number of abstentions, as well as the majority required to adopt the decisions. Before we proceed, I would like to clarify. A yes vote means that the proposal number 36 with 24 months delay or anti it into effect. And no vote means that the proposal number 36 is amended by Monaco, is rejected. Under Rule 28, adoption requires a 2/3 majority of representatives present and voting. A yes vote means the proposal number 36 with a 24 months delay of entry into effect. A no vote means that the proposal number 36 as amended by Monaco is rejected. Is this process clear? So, I will now start the voting procedure. This is a vote of proposal 36 is concerning the proposal to include This is a vote for proposal number 36 concerning the proposal to include, as amended Monaco, 6 pieces of Actinopoga in Appendix 2. As amended by Monaco, to delay entry into effect. At 24 months. The voting type is by secret ballot. The vote of European Union will be cast by the delegation of the European Union. Since this is a vote on proposal for amendment of appendix, the decision will be adopted by 2/3 majority. Parties, you have 40 seconds to cast your vote. The ballot is open now. So 40 seconds are up. The ballot is now closed. Technicians, please show the result on the main screen. Oh, we have. So, dear delegates, the vote was rejected. The Conference of the Parties therefore does not adopt proposal number 36. I close these agenda items. European Union, please.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Dans un esprit de transparence, l'Union européenne souhaite informer qu'elle a voté oui.
Switzerland, please.
Thank you, Chair. In the interest of transparency, Switzerland voted yes.
Thank you. United Kingdom.
Thank you, Chair. For the interests of transparency, we voted to support the proposal.
Thank you. United States of America.
Thank you, Chair. For transparency, the United States voted to support the proposal. Thank you.
Thank you. Lebanon.
Dans un souci de transparence, le Liban a voté non.
Thank you. Australia.
Thank you, Chair. In the interests of transparency, Australia voted no.
Thank you. Noted. Okay. Next proposal, 37, golden sunfish. Chair, please.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20 Prop 37 to include Holothurier lesoni in Appendix 2, amended by the proponent to include an 18-month delay in implementation, was accepted by consensus. Thank you.
Thank you. Floor is open. Any request? Proposal number 37 is adopted. Tarantulas. The Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Proposal CoP20 Prop 38 to include 15 species of tarantulas in Appendix 2 was rejected after a secret ballot with 72 votes in favor, 54 against, and 9 abstentions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Floor is open. Argentina.
Gracias, señor presidente. En nombre de Argentina, Bolivia y Panamá,
solicitamos respetuosamente la reapertura de la discusión sobre la propuesta 38 de acuerdo al artículo 21 del reglamento de la COP. Pedimos disculpas a las partes por volver sobre este punto, pero consideramos que varias delegaciones no tuvieron la oportunidad de escuchar todos los elementos técnicos y biológicos que sustentan la propuesta, ya que el side event sobre esta propuesta fue posterior al tratado de la misma en el Comité 1. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Brazil?
Thank you very much. We'd like to support the motion. Thank you.
Anybody against party or proposal? Japan, please. Floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, and thank Argentina and Brazil for the proposal. However, we already had a sufficient discussion on this point during the committee, so we don't believe it is a good idea to repeat the discussion. Thank you.
Argentina, floor is yours.
Sí, gracias, señor presidente. Y perdón, se me olvidó aclarar que en este caso hacemos una reducción de scope y solo solicitaremos la inclusión de Gramostola rósea en el apéndice 2 de CITES. Gracias.
Thank you, Argentina. So, is there another party who wishes to speak against reopen this debate? The motion will now be put to a vote without further interventions. Brazil.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to remind that during COP14, there was a very similar situation as we are now, that only one party opposed the motion, and it was decided that we should not have the vote for the motion. So I think for coherent procedures, we should not have the vote and proceed with the discussion on the amendment. Thank you very much.
Secretariat, floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairperson. If there is only one speaking against the motion and not two, the motion can be carried without a vote, and the agenda item can be reopened. The debate on the proposal as amended by Argentina just now on the floor can be reopened. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Argentina, floor is yours.
Gracias, presidente. Comprendemos la rigurosidad técnica señalada por la Secretaría y la UICN respecto a esta propuesta en cuanto a la falta de datos poblacionales cuantitativos. Sin embargo, la ausencia de censos no implica ausencia de riesgos. Estas especies son estrategas K, con ciclos de vida extremadamente lentos, hembras longevas y madurez tardía. La ciencia indica que casos tan frágiles no toleran extracciones comerciales sostenidas. Esperar datos perfectos significaría actuar demasiado tarde. También deseamos subrayar un importante vacío legal que hoy facilita el comercio ilegal. Ejemplos concretos son Coriostomus premseli de Bolivia, muestran que especies endémicas se ofrecen internacionalmente como criadas en cautividad, aun cuando nunca se autorizaron exportaciones de parentales. Sin inclusión en CITES, esta etiqueta carece de trazabilidad y habilita el blanqueo de especímenes silvestres. Para facilitar el consenso, señor presidente, queremos anunciar que presentaremos una enmienda a la propuesta 38 para eliminar completamente la lista de los lookalike y proponiendo listar a Grammostola rosea en el apéndice 2. Creemos que este ajuste responde a las inquietudes planteadas por algunas partes y mantiene el objetivo central de cerrar la vía comercial ilegal. Por estas razones biológicas, técnicas y de gobernanza, consideramos fundamental que las delegaciones cuenten con toda esta información antes de tomar una decisión. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Argentina. China, please. Floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. China shared the concern of the overexploitation of Grammostolata rosea and see the merits of including this species in Appendix II. China appreciates proponents' pragmatic approach to list only the rose tarantula to Appendix II to prioritize its protection. This sole listing of the species in Appendix II is enforceable as the species is readily identifiable. China supports this amended proposal. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Brazil.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Of course, that as we previously supported this proposal, of course, now that we are just discussing the first species, of course, we are going to support this proposal, and we urge parties to take a very careful look at this important proposal so that we can ensure conservation efforts on this important species. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bolivia.
Buenas tardes, señor presidente.
Como país parte de la propuesta, apoyamos a la propuesta 38 por ser parte de la distribución de Gramnostola rosea. Y pedimos a las partes a que también apoyen la misma. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you. Chile.
Gracias, señor presidente. Chile, como país del área de distribución de la especie Gramnostola rosea, apoya esta propuesta de enmienda y solicita al resto de las partes que también lo hagan. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. United Kingdom.
Thank you, Chair. The UK is still of the view that the species does not meet the biological criteria for inclusion on Appendix II. However, we note the wide support from range states for this proposal. We therefore will not block consensus. Thank you.
Thank you. Salvador.
Gracias, señor presidente. El Salvador apoya la moción.
Thank you. Uruguay.
Gracias, señor presidente. Uruguay también apoya la moción. Gracias.
Japan. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Even if it's only for Gramnostola rosea, we still don't believe the criteria is met, and all proposals should be based on scientific evidence. And if we keep citing the precautionary principle as a reason, there will be no end to it. However, we've seen that all the countries, all the range states, supporting these proposals, we wouldn't block the consensus. Thank you.
Thank you. Monaco.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Monaco soutient cette proposition.
Thank you. Canada.
Thank you, Chair. Similar to the UK and Japan, we are not convinced that the criteria for listing have been met for this species, but recognizing the widespread support from the range states, Canada would also not block consensus. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Dominican Republic.
Gracias, señor presidente. República Dominicana apoya la inclusión de la especie.
Thank you. Panama.
Gracias, señor presidente. Panamá, como país coproponente, aceptamos la enmienda de la propuesta y exhortamos a los países partes a que apoyen la misma para su adopción. Gracias. Muy bien.
Thank you. Colombia.
Gracias, señor presidente. Colombia apoya la propuesta enmendada.
Thank you. México.
Gracias, señor presidente. México apoya la propuesta enmendada.
Thank you. So the room appears to be in support of including Grammatostula rosea in Appendix 2. Okay. So proposal 38, amended to include Grammatostula rosea in Appendix 2, is adopted. Thank you. It was so really long day. Have a rest, please, and we will continue tomorrow at 9 a.m. Thank you.
Housekeeping announcements, Secretariat.
Housekeeping and Secretariat, please.
Thank you. This is just to inform you that the COP Bureau will be meeting in about 15 minutes, so 5:15, Bureau meeting. And just to repeat that there will be an extraordinary meeting of the Animals and Plants Committees taking place tomorrow, shortly after the end of the COP Plenary. At this time, it is tentatively scheduled for 5 p.m., but we will announce the exact time tomorrow when we have a bit better idea about when it might be finishing. And please stay tuned on the CITES COP app or the website for the exact location and time. Thank you, and have a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Secretary.